Music fans here will be in for a treat as award-winning group Blake are going to be stopping by the island as part of their UK tour.
On their tour, Love Lifts Us Up, they'll perform a range of pop, classical and West End songs to entertain all ages, we're told. And they're well known not only for being the most successful touring acts in the last couple of years, but also for winning Best Album at the Classical Brit Awards. Well, I'm delighted to say they join us now, all four of them, crowded around two mics, I believe. They're in Western House. Hello.
Hello.
Hey. Are you all right?
We're very well enjoying Adele, actually. We love that song.
It's good.
Cramped, but we're okay.
Are you getting crabby? You're all right. Would you, I'll just say, we got Stephen, Humphrey, Jules and Ollie. Would you like to write a Bond film, a Bond theme? I can see you. That's your sort of genre. Do you...
Well, I don't know about writing one. We'd like to sing one and we'd like to be in the films as well.
I was going to say, I'd just like to be him, actually. Isn't that better?
Would you like to be villains, or...?
I'd like to write one for the royalties that you get from its play,
Yeah.
That's for sure. But no, I think the new Adele song is a very good song, actually. I'm really impressed with it.
Mm-hmm. So for those that haven't heard you when you've been here before, just describe your music style to us, because we said there, you know, there's pop, there's classical, there's West End, but you're mostly classical, aren't you?
Well, no, oddly enough. No, it's all right. We have to rewrite the biography a little bit there. We're linked with harmony singing. That's what links every song that we do on our shows. There's about 25 songs in the show. And yes, there are some big classical numbers like Ness and Dorma, and you know, we finish with something like Jerusalem for really pulling at people's heartstrings. But throughout the show, it's all about harmony music. So you get something like U2's With or Without You, Chasing Cars by Snow Patrol, Beautiful Night by Paul McCartney, and even, you know, talking of Adele, we do a lovely version, live acoustic version of To Make You Feel My Love as well. So it's a real mix of music, but it's for anybody who appreciates voices doing what they do live. No auto-tune, just real voices.
What about when you all first met then? Was that a similar repertoire for your initial pack of songs?
No, I mean, when we first started, we did make a classical album, well, a sort of classical crossover. So we were signed to Universal for a couple of albums. And we were singing the same kind of repertoire that I guess Catherine Jenkins and Russell Watson and you know, some of the stuff that Charlotte Church sort of started off doing. And this is now our fourth album, which is coming out November the 5th, and it's a very original poppy album. It's very different to what we've done before, but as Stephen says, it's linked by these four voices singing together in harmony.
How easy is that to do? I mean, when you first meet up, I mean, you must have a real sort of synergy between you.
Yeah, well, I think we've all got a long history of singing, either in choirs or in sort of vocal groups or in bands. So it's something we've done all our lives, really, since we were very young, is singing with other voices. And also, I think, importantly, singing in a lot of different styles. I mean, three of us started off in choirs, but then Steve and I especially have sung in a lot of bands and sung lots of things like the Stones and all sorts of different sort of styles of music. And that's something that we're known for, is using the harmony to sing an eclectic mix of music.
Do you ever have artistic differences? I mean, have you all got exactly the same taste in music?
That would be very boring if that were
Wouldn't
the
it?
case. Yeah, no, yeah,
Does he
sure.
have punch-ups?
Very rarely in the last 6 years. No, we all get on pretty well, considering how many days a year we spend together. There's about 340 of them.
Blimey.
Yeah, it's pretty intense. No, actually, I find that being with four is going to be easier than being with one. We know a few solo artists, obviously, in the same sort of line of work, and I just always feel a bit sorry for them, because it's a lonely life, and the four of us at least keep each other occupied and amused, and you know, on the long legs of the touring, it's a lot more fun with four.
But the musical differences, as you were saying, is actually really important. We have lots of common interests and similarities in our taste, but also big differences, and that's what pushes us, and that's what, especially on this new album, has led us to doing original music. We've worked with all sorts of artists like Michael Bublé's band. We've got 10 original songs on there which people won't really have expected from us, and influences like the Bee Gees and Beach Boys, even Boys to Men. But yeah, we do obviously have differences, but it pushes us.
You were saying there about touring. You do go all over the world. I mean, you must be, you received better in some places than in others, or you're just big everywhere.
Yeah, I mean, we've had, we're sort of unusual in the fact that we've probably had more success in countries like China and the Philippines, arguably, than maybe even in our home territory. I mean, we do about 60 or 70 concerts in the UK. We travel around the UK doing theatre gigs, and obviously private stuff and corporate work as well, parties and that kind of thing. But we do a lot of stuff abroad in other countries, and we've released records in Australia, Japan, China, the Philippines, Denmark, so all of those kinds of countries. And actually, because we're away so much, we're away touring and travelling and doing TV abroad as well, it's quite easy, I think, for people in your sort of home territory to kind of forget you and maybe to think that you've gone away or you're asleep or resting or something. But actually, we've been busier than ever, really. Yeah.
And you guys are going to be working with the Jersey People's Choir when you come. Apart from saving money on flights, what comes of working with new choirs every time you get to various locations?
Well, it's a really important thing. We do it actually at all of our gigs. We try and find great local choirs, and Jersey's going to be no exception. And it adds a really exciting element to the show for us to be with other singers. We perform 4 numbers with the choir, so we'll do songs like Hallelujah, Nessun Dorma, Up Where We Belong, Jerusalem, and it adds a really great dynamic element to the show. And it's always fun for us to meet other singers who love what they do and to give them a chance to get up on stage with us and clear out the old vocal cords.
It must be amazing for those that got involved in the People's Choir, because obviously it was a BBC initiative. If you fancy singing, come along. Suddenly they're going to be on the stage of the Fort Regent singing with Blake. It must be great
we find that pretty much everywhere we go. Actually, there are a lot of community choirs and everything else. Now and again, we get school choirs, and obviously it's great fun for them. But some of the best ones are, as you say, the ones who seem to have been inspired in the last few years by sort of Gareth Malone and that kind of movement of. Do this, it isn't square, it's actually great fun, it's a wonderful thing to do in a community and to learn a new skill, and everybody's really got a voice. And we just, it's very exciting. It keeps the shows fresh for us as well, actually, which is really important. It's not just about the fact that we're offering something else to the audience. It's really important to us that the shows don't become the same music each night. So we have this real challenge of working with choirs of hugely varying abilities. Some are fantastic, some are very inexperienced, and it's just as wonderful either way.
I suppose it's like getting there and finding a new piano every time you
choose it in tune.
Yeah, that's right. What's this one going to be like? But I forgot what I was going to ask you now. What about rehearsing with a choir? I mean, when you've got like the choirs here in Jersey and you're travelling around, how does it work then?
Well, I mean, we do. We have it. That's it. Well, after we finished our sound check every day, we rehearse with the choir, and that's a new moment. And some of them, when they're really good and you can concentrate on the detail, then it's very exciting because you have a moment to sort of do not exactly a masterclass, but a session with something new, and to try and get as much of a great sound out of them as you can.
Lovely. Well, we're really looking forward to seeing you here in Jersey. You're just here for the one night, the 1st of November.
We are, sadly. We've got to go back. Our album comes out on November the 5th, so we've got a lot of promotion and exciting things happening around that in London. But we'll be there on it's the 3rd, isn't it?
The 1st. Thursday the 1st.
Sorry.
Yes.
Busy diary.
We're going to be there on the 3rd.
Yeah, we'll be there on the 1st, just to reiterate, and then back to promote the album. So we're really looking forward to it.
Imagine there'll be lots of fireworks on the day of the album as well.
Yeah, I don't know who they're for. I'm guessing it's us. But
of course. All right across the country. That's fabulous.
That's right.
All right, guys. Well, it's really nice chatting to you. Thank you very much indeed for your company today, and look forward to welcoming you to Jersey. We got the one you were mentioning there. It's a Bob Dylan song, but Make You Feel My Love.
Oh, wonderful. Enjoy.
Thank you.
When the rain is blowing in your face
Blake, and the Adele song, the Bob Dylan song, actually, Make You Feel My Love. And they will be at the Jersey Fort Regent on the 1st of November.
The time